And we're back. And we were talking earlier about kind of our culture and the type of people that we like to bring aboard at Northwest Motorsport, the type of teammates that we want to have. And I can't think of a better example than the gentleman sitting here next to me, Mr. Joel Bolin. Uh, Probably the first guy that I made friends with at Northwest Motorsport. And I really appreciate the way that he just kind of reached out to me and offered me some pointers. I wasn't really sure how I fit in with all of it my first few weeks, and this guy just kind of, he had no skin in the game with me at all. But I think we clicked on our, how we see customer service and how we want our customers to be treated. And yeah, anyway, I appreciate you, man. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Jake.
Welcome
and
aboard.
Appreciate you very much. I value your friendship, and thank you so much for having me here tonight.
Yeah, man. You've been in the auto industry how long?
18 years.
Awesome. So you've seen a ton of change in the auto industry.
And a lot of change from where it was to where it's at now to now Joy Drive with people taking delivery of
Isn't that crazy?
vehicle with their pajamas.
Yeah. So how did you get started?
It was kind of by accident. I was in the labor's union 242. I was a hod carrier. So I was a I was a hard worker and knew what hard work was all about. I was working, 10, 12-hour days, sometimes leaving my house at 4:30 in the morning to drive up to Seattle to work and then come home. And unfortunately, my mother got diagnosed with breast cancer. And so, we then switched to having working 410s. And when you're working very hard, just to stop 3 days a week to only do gym, tanning, and laundry, I got a little bored. So I had a friend of mine in the industry recommend me to go work at to wash cars, and I worked for FifeAuto.com, which was owned by at that time Bruce Titus, and
So
they
you
liked
were
my work ethic.
a lot of tenant to start off?
I was washing sales representatives' cars
No
and
way.
making sure that when they were taking delivery and made an opportunity with the client, that their car would look better than they found it.
Nice. So how did you go from lot attendant to sales floor?
Well, I think some of the sales representatives has a really good Friday night and didn't show up to work. And there was guests out on the lot that needed to be helped, and I was really nervous. And I was told to go out and make a friend.
So you got thrown into the fire.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How did it go?
4 hours later, they took home a Honda Passport,
No way.
which is also
I
like
love
an
it.
Isuzu Rodeo.
So having no sales experience at all, knowing nothing about what you're doing, you were able to sell them a car.
I didn't sell them a car. I provided them information authentically and didn't wasn't your typical sales experience, and I think they saw that, and they trusted us in the process at that time, and they bought from me.
That's awesome. So how did that turn into, I guess, where are some places that you've worked, and why do you choose Northwest Motorsport now?
I worked at Quorum Automotive Group for 6 years. I worked at the Hyundai division. From there, I went to BMW Northwest and worked there for a long time. And I had an opportunity to work at, did finance for 2 years. And my mom did end up passing away. So I took some time off, and then I have been at Northwest Motorsport for 4.5 years. So I elect Northwest Motorsport because it gives me a platform to serve my community and to provide customers a great buying experience.
Well, one thing I know about you, just, we've been teammates and friends. I know you take your customers' buying experience very seriously. I think that, very seldom does someone leave and, not have that warm and fuzzy feeling when they buy a car from you. You make it about them. You make it very personal. And, I know you take serving in the community seriously. I know you're part of the Rotary and do some volunteer speaking at schools. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's all about service above self. I mean, I think, my wife and I have been together for 13 years, been married, but we've been in together for 16, and I actually met her in the industry. And she mentioned to me when I told her I was going to do this podcast, and she had said, the one thing that you stood out to me, she's also in the industry, and she said that I told her that I was going to do it differently. She goes, it's not broken. Why would you change it? And I said, I just want to give the customer a different experience. I want to be in the people business. I want to build bridges. So I think it goes back to my work ethic of being in construction, and it's all about just giving customers that ultimate experience. And so, I just think that that's really important. And I think in the community, being a Rotarian, it's a lifestyle. It's something that I elect to do, to be around like-minded people that are, congressmen, judges, business owners, a lot of influential people in Puyallup and Tacoma and Lakewood, and it's all over the world. And I can go to any Rotary meeting across the world and be a part of it. And I just think it's really nice to always stay grounded to who you are within as a woman or man. And I think that it's just who we are.
Yeah.
Northwest Motorsport is great, but it's a portion of me, but it's not all of me.
Right, absolutely. So Hilt, I know you believe in Hilt quite a bit. What does Hilt mean to you?
Hilt's a lifestyle. It doesn't start when you start at work. It starts when you're at home, and you lay your foundation with your spouse and with your kids, and out in your community. And it's a way of life. And it represents. I think it's so sad is that I read this one. I saw it on the wall at Bellarmine Preparatory. It's a school here locally in Tacoma, and it says, "Preach the gospel at all times. If necessary, use words." And I think it's so true when it comes to Hilt or whatever we do, and what you do, Jake, and what Colin you do, and what you represent, or the Bone. You don't have to say what you do. Yeah. People just get it.
Right. Be about it. Don't talk about it.
Right.
I believe in that.
It's almost hard to describe at times. I mean,
yeah.
It really is.
Now, does everyone that works at Northwest Motorsport represent Hilt to a T? No, of course not. But I think across the board, we do a good job of picking out people that have, a good work ethic, are going to be good teammates and treat their customers well. Overall, I think more people leave happy than, disappointed.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know that. So, any questions, Colin?
I don't know. I'm excited. I didn't tell you guys, but I'm gonna do some trivia.
Oh, wow!
I'm gonna challenge you guys' knowledge here.
Okay.
And it took me a while to come up with some of these questions because, frankly, I didn't know the answer to any of them. And,
okay. I'm excited.
So we're gonna do a little trivia. I don't know what the prize is gonna be yet. I've got to come up
bragging
with something.
rights.
Yeah, bragging rights. I mean, you guys see the bromances we've got going on here. It is the bragging rights might be enough.
Okay.
But we're gonna start out. We're doing 5 questions.
Okay.
We're gonna tally it up. First person to answer gets the point.
So if you know it, just blurt it out.
Yeah, just blurt
okay.
it out. We're going classic with it. What does BMW stand for?
Bavarian Motor Works.
Damn, I did not account for ties. That was really good. I didn't know that.
He worked at BMW, and I drive one.
Okay, there we go. All right, question 2. What was the first muscle car made in the U.S.?
It's 1965 Ford Mustang.
I don't have a buzzer, but
Pony car. Okay, wait.
no, that's the first pony car.
First pony car. Okay. First muscle car.
Camaro.
1967 Camaro.
I got 1949 Oldsmobile Rocket.
Oh, that's not a muscle car. Okay.
Hey, online says it is.
Google.
Oh, it must be true. It's on the internet.
Right?
Google it.
All right. Now this one's going to be a tough one. You're going to be guessing in the dark. What year was Ford founded?
1912.
Close, actually.
I'm going to go 1911.
Hey, we're giving it to Joel. It was 1903 out of Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
And Ford
Okay.
actually is the second largest family-owned company in the world to date. And this one's going to be quick.
So he's winning, huh?
Yeah, he's getting you right now.
All right.
We've got a 1911.
I won't say anything.
No,
So
no, no.
you can win. Then we can
Nope,
go to the
nope.
last question.
What is the best-selling truck in the U.S.?
Ford F-150.
F-150.
He got the words in first. I'm giving it to Jake. And for the last question, what was the first Japanese car released in the U.S.?
Toyota.
Yeah, we got half a point. Can you get the model?
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
Supra.
No.
Celica.
Toyota Tercel.
Toyota Crown. I don't even know what it is. We don't have any of those in stock, by the way. There are none in stock. But bragging rights go to Joel. You got taken down your first podcast. Joel came in and racked up the points. So
Nice
well
job,
done,
buddy.
bragging
Nice
points.
job.
You get a
You
little
let me
badge.
win. You
Badge
let
for
me
the
No,
badge
win.
for the
Hear you.
shirt.
Absolutely not.
So.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. So for those just tuning in, this podcast is to get to know the people of the car lot, specifically Northwest Motorsport, the grounds we've broken over the years in the automotive industry. Get to know names, faces. If you're looking for a vehicle, these guys are the guys to go to. Jake's been with the company how many years again?
It's just a smidge under 2 years.
Just a smidge under 2.
I feel like I've been there longer, but
yeah, it flies by quick.
I'm 12 years in the auto industry.
And then Joel's been with Northwest 4.5 and has been in the auto industry 18 years. And I am 18 years old. So how crazy is that? I'm just kidding. I'm older than 18. So any more questions for Joel?
No, it's about that time to take a break and get some sponsor recognition. Northwest Motorsport.
Northwest Motorsport.
And I want to thank you for coming on, buddy. You're a friend, a great teammate, and I really appreciate how you do things.
Northwest Motorsports subscribes to a different approach when it comes to selling vehicles. Honesty, integrity, loyalty, and trust. Our sales staff offers top-tier customer service because the only thing more important than our vehicles are our customers. Our custom-lifted trucks are prepared by fully trained technicians. Each of our 1,500 vehicles are meticulously tested through a 43-point safety inspection. If you're in the market for a truck, car, or SUV, make sure Northwest Motorsport is your first and last stop.